As a businessman, he's a professional in averting lawsuits, and as president, he survived 2 impeachment proceedings. But now an avalanche is approaching Trump. 2022 will not only be uncomfortable for his real estate and hotel group Trump Organization, Donald Trump himself will also face a whole flood of lawsuits, proceedings, and investigations that are about to be indicted. The list just keeps growing, said Martin Flaherty, a lawyer at Fordham Law School in New York. And he said, I'm tempted to say, name something, and that's what's happening to him. Donald Trump has been sued hundreds of times in his life, mostly for failing to make contractual payments. In January, there were around 30 cases against Trump, from tax fraud, self-enrichment, money laundering, sexual abuse, to inheritance disputes. Well, kind of everything is included. There have now been even more investigations, especially criminal ones. Apart from the investigations by the parliamentary committee, which clarifies whether Trump should and can be held personally liable for inciting the storming of the US Capitol on January 6th last year. Any resulting indictment could not only negatively impact Trump's business and political ambitions, it would also be a historic first. Never since the first head of state, George Washington, and he took office in 1789, a former US president has been criminally prosecuted. Trump, who is said to have sought around 2,000 lawsuits in his life, dismisses all investigations against him as politically motivated and a witch hunt. Quite a few doubt that he will be able to maintain his perpetual accusation in view of the legal hardship that threatens him in 2022, the year of the midterm elections. The New York State Attorney General is investigating allegations of systematic tax evasion against Trump's real estate and hotel group. In this regard, they summoned Trump to testify under oath on January 7th. In the Trump Organization, the value of real estate is said to have been artificially extrapolated when it came to obtaining loans from banks, and again subtracted when it came to saving taxes. Trump's ex-lawyer Michael Cohen had described this alleged double strategy in 2019 before a committee of the US Congress. Trump responded to his subpoena becoming known with a lawsuit against the Attorney General. The investigation violated his constitutional rights, was politically motivated, and out of personal contempt. James, a member of the Democratic camp, denied the allegations and said, "Our investigation will continue undeterred because no one is above the law, not even someone named Trump." The Attorney General of the New York Borough of Manhattan is also investigating Trump, for example, because of allegedly paid hush money in his knowledge. In July, they also brought charges against the Trump Organization and its longtime CFO, Alan Weisselberg, for tax fraud. The process is scheduled to begin in August 2022 in front of a grand jury. No charges have been brought against Trump himself in these proceedings, well, so far. But given the relatively small group of people in the leadership and Trump's tendency to micromanage, the New York Times assumes that the ongoing investigations come pretty close to the ex-president. In particular, the public prosecutor's office has now been able to inspect Trump's tax documents. Details must not be made public unless there is a lawsuit. Add to this the Westchester County District Attorney's investigation into whether Trump's company lied to officials to lower taxes on a golf course there. Well, that's going to be an interesting year with Trump. I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.